Have you heard this song before? This is the shop closing theme from Animal Crossing New Horizons, composed by Kazumi Totaka, lead sound designer on the Animal Crossing series and the voice actor for Yoshi. If you've played Animal Crossing New Horizons, you might have heard this song. But there's also an equal chance you haven't. Animal Crossing syncs with the real time of your Switch console and plays music that is dependent on that real world time. And the same thing happens with the shop closing theme. When the clock hits 9:50 PM, 10 minutes before Nook's Cranny closes, the music will switch from the usual shopping theme song to this melancholic closing song. But here's a question for you. Why is this? Here in Australia, when a shop is closing, we announce it over the loudspeakers of the store. Attention customers, please begin to make your way to the checkout to finalise any purchases, as the store is shutting in 15 minutes. But Timmy and Tommy, the owners of Nook's Cranny, don't notify you that the store is going to shut, and instead cue up this angelic tune in the last 10 minutes of the day. So I want to know, why?
I'm at the video rental store, which also incidentally sells secondhand clothes, and they're closing soon in 10 minutes. And as it is customary in Japan, they are playing odd lang signs to tell the customers it's time to close.
The reasoning could be as simple as this, reflecting a real-world practice that is common in Japan. But when I first heard the song, I didn't view it as a literal piece. And instead, I began to wonder as to the symbolic meaning of the music. In a 2020 interview with Kazumi Totaka about the music of Animal Crossing, conducted by Gab Ginsberg on behalf of Billboard, Totaka expressed the following sentiment. Quote, "We strove to create music that allows the listener's own emotions and imagination to fill in the space between the sounds." Unquote. Let's listen to the song again, paying attention to how our emotions and imagination work together to create meaning. Now personally, when I listen to the closing music, I begin to think of how Timmy and Tommy, the shop owners, would be feeling 10 minutes before the shop closes. At this point, the store has been open since 8 AM, which means these two are working 14-hour shifts every day. Could you imagine being 13 hours and 50 minutes into your shift and someone walks into the store? If our real lives had a soundtrack, I could imagine my own would also turn into a sad, melancholic tune upon seeing someone enter the store that close to closing time. This sentiment is supported by their actions as well, as they can be seen yawning continuously at the end of a long day. But eventually, the clock does strike 10. The second the clock chimes out at 10 PM, an exhausted expression washes over Timmy and Tommy, and they politely express that the store has closed and they'll have to ask you to leave. Notice their phrasing and facial expressions here.
As much as we enjoy your company, It's past our closing time for today.
These two have just worked a 14-hour shift. They're overworked, clearly exhausted, but they were too polite to ask you to leave, thinking you might just get the hint if they changed the music as they were closing up. But you didn't leave. And now they're forced to have to ask you to leave, as uncomfortable as it clearly makes them. But what do you think? Does this music only serve a literal purpose, signaling the last 10 minutes of shopping for the day? Or is there a more symbolic meaning hidden away in the song here? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. Thanks for watching!